You're listening to Adesope Live.
The original record.
Yeah.
Did you know that you had something on your hands?
Yeah. I felt it from the day we recorded the song. And when I made Sugarcane, we were into promoting Dance with You featuring Kwesi Arthur.
Yes.
And I told my manager, I was like, let's hurry up because I want us to put the song out. One time I was just there and he just called me. I was like, yo, I met this big man in Accra who wants to help you. He listens to your music and he loves it. So can you come to Accra?
Wow.
Like, then. And I called my guys. I can go. How about you people? So I made a record and I said, you know, like I was trying to say, it's just because of God. Literally, it's just like because of God's divine touch that I'm here today.
The Afrobeats Podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another edition of Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast with myself, Adesope Olajide, here at the Afro Media Studios in London. First of all, a big shout out to all the subscribers, the likers, the commenters, the sharers. We appreciate the support. Keep supporting. As you know, on the Afrobeats podcast, we either break down pop culture stories or just bring in superstar guests into the building for me to have a one-to-one with them and get to know them better. This time, I have my brother all the way from Ghana, the Gold Coast, west side of Africa. One of the hottest acts in the world right now, regardless of genres, Afrobeats, Afropop, pop, hip-hop, whatever. This brother is looking and smelling like money. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Camidoh!
Love.
Listen, man, your hair looks like it's constantly being done. This is the first time we're sitting down and really communicating since I've found your record online years ago and I've supported hugely on radio. It's a pleasure to finally sit down. How are you doing with this, more importantly, the recent success that you're having? How are you feeling? How are you enjoying this?
I'm just riding a wave. Like, to be honest, like I'm blessed. I feel blessed every time that, you know, something new pops up or somebody just like bigs me up and all of that. But through it all, like I'm just living through it. I'm just trying to like, you know, go through it, like not do any extras, like just going through it, you know, as life. Yeah.
Let's like I said, this is our first time sitting down.
Yeah.
Let's take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Camidoh, like I said, I found your music maybe like 3 years ago, 2019 now, and it looks like that was actually when you broke into the music industry.
Yeah.
Talk to me about before breaking into the industry, who Camidoh was, where you come from, and how this journey started for you.
I think like very, I was really young, you know, and I was just like a young kid who was really like ambitious and passionate about stuff. And then I wanted to be a pilot. Like I was so obsessed about planes, like, and I'll tell my mom I'll go to Accra because I was staying in a town called Ho, and then I'll always ask to go for vacations in Accra, just so like, because in Accra when you wake up in the morning you can literally see the planes. So I always wanted to go for vacations there somehow. One time I went to an internet cafe with my cousin, and then he was like, since you're not doing anything, let me like get you on YouTube so you can be watching some stuff. And then he just played me Akon.
Wow.
And that was when like I started getting inspired. I was like, wow, this is so nice. Like I got inspired, to be honest. And I got back home and I started to like mimic Akon.
No way.
Like, yeah, that's all I was doing. Like I was mimicking Akon. I remember like I'll always go and buy. If my uncles came and then they gave me money, I would go and buy white t-shirts and just jeans because that's what Akon was doing at that time, and jackets and all that. You know, so that was basically what I was doing. And fast forward, I just don't know how, but yeah, I realized that once.
So there was no music in the family. There was no history of musicians. There was no history of art. What was the family background like? What was everybody doing when you started to mess with music in your bedroom?
I think the only like trace of music was like one of my uncles, and my mom used to tell me about him. I think I saw him a couple times, like 2 times in life, like 2 times or 3 times a year. But he was blind, basically, but he was making music and he was like respected at that time. And so my mom was like, yo, this your uncle. Since it's music that you want to do now, this your uncle like was doing music and I have some of his cassettes, so I can just bring it to you and so that you can just sample. And I was like, Mom, Nah.
Hey, not this type of music, man. We're talking.
I was like, nah. But, you know, basically, like, it was just me raised by, like, a single mother. Because, like, my dad was, like, late before I even, like, you know, so I never even met him, you know.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was pretty tight for me because, like, you can't really just do what you wanted to do or what you want to do. Like, we had to succeed, basically. We had to be, like, you know, successful. So my mom was really worried about all of that. And especially when I discovered that I wanted to do music, like, I was really skipping school. I
Wow.
was really, really skipping school. So yeah, it got to a point where she was crying and all of that, like inviting people that she knew
Come and speak to you.
speak to me and all of that. It was
Every
really
African knows that. Hey, please come and help me talk to
Yeah,
this
yeah.
boy. and those times when you were skipping school to chase this dream, what were you doing particularly? You were going to hang out with people in the studio.
Yeah.
You were trying. What was going on at that time?
What was happening was, I think I got so passionate about the music that, like, I would stay home. For example, like, school would reopen and I'll stay home and I'll say, oh, I'm going to the studio. And when I go to the studio, it's like I do a new song. Like, maybe I'm just going there to finish a song. And then I end up doing a new song. And then I don't finish it. And then I come back home very late. And my mom will not allow me to go to school, like, so late because it's a boarding school and I had to travel.
Wow.
So then I'll say, well, I'll go the next day. And the next day I'll run to the studio again and I'll come
And
back
you
really
come late.
So it was like that. And I'll spend, like, about like 3-4 weeks, like a month
Wow.
at home before I got, like, you know, I go to school. So that was what was happening. Like, I was enjoying every single day, like, when I go to the studio or anything music that it takes all my time, to be honest. That was what was happening.
And was that in Ho? You said that's
Yeah,
where you grew up.
that was
Was
in
that
Ho.
in your...
Yeah,
Wow.
Well, I come from Aflau, like, It's also in the Volta region.
Yeah.
But Ho is, like, the regional capital.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, like, at some point, like, I had to, like, everyone's dream was, like, to move from, like, that's, like, the project. And then you move to Accra, and it's like,
That's
yeah,
the city.
New York City.
That's Hollywood right there.
Everyone wanted to go there.
Talk to me about life growing up in you know, where you grew up in.
Yeah.
What was it like in growing up there? What were you inspired by? You know, even though you didn't know you were picking up inspiration,
Yeah.
what was it like growing up there?
I think, because my mom was a teacher, so, and she was teaching in a girls' school. So, and we're staying at the bungalow. So it's like I was surrounded by girls.
Oh!
To be honest, like
Show me the jiggle MC.
it was crazy. Like, there was so many girls around me, and I think that's one of the reasons why I make love songs. Like, because it's like one heartbreak after the other, or one person falling in love after the other. It was like more of these things, and so it's like girls. I was used to, like, just talking to girls. So I think it's one of the major inspirations that I've had. Like, apart from Akon, like that, me staying at the girls' school campus was like one of my major inspirations. I make love songs a lot, bro, to be honest. Like, I've got my own story that I want to say, but sometimes, like, you can't just
Why don't you tell your stories?
I mean, I tell my story I tell my story, but it's just that, like, let's say by default, if you play a beat, like, love will come into my head.
Yeah.
Then sometimes, for example, I made a song called Hot Pursuit. Before I made Hot Pursuit, I had made a love song to it. And then
To the same beat?
To the same beat.
Wow.
And then I played it to my friend, and she was like, I think you can do better. Then I was like, you know what, let me just be in my zone. So when I got in my zone, I made, like, a very inspirational song. Like, that was like my story and everything, you know. So my story is there. It's just that, like, most of the time it's over, like, you know, clouded by, like, just the default settings. Like, basically,
which is love.
Which is love. Yeah.
You talked about Accra being, you know,
Yeah.
the capital city. We all know how beautiful Accra is, and the major cities like Lagos, Accra, Johannesburg. Obviously, that's the draw for everybody.
Yeah.
But how did you make the jump from where you were to eventually get to Accra, where everything was happening?
So basically, when I began music in high school, it was in high school basically, and I met a guy from the school. He was also very talented, and, like, we met each other. Like, I don't know, for some reason we just, like, decided to become a group.
Yeah.
Right. So we were a group, and then from that time it was professional. So it's like we were looking for help, literally. And there was this, like, old student of my school, like, of Bishop Herman. The school is called Bishop Herman College. Shout outs to
The facts.
You know. And there was this, like, an old student one time that we met. He gave me his card. So then I called him one time. I was like, Baba, like, I still need help, you know, so I would need for you to, you know. So one time I was just there and he just called me. I was like, yo, I met this big man in Accra who wants to help you. He listens to your music and he loves it. So can you come to Accra?
Wow.
Like,
Now.
Then, and I called my guys. Me, I'm like, I can go. How about you people? You know, like my mom was mad. My mom was like pretty, like she was so mad. She was like, "How do you just get up and you're trying to just like leave your mother's house and just go to someone that you don't know?"
Yeah.
And at that time, there was more about like stuff, people killing people and all of that for rituals and
for
all of that. So
ritual
she was
killing
really
and
scared.
stuff, yeah.
But all my friends was like, they're not sure, and I just took the bus.
No way.
And I just took the bus and I just came to Accra, and just because for me it's about like trying. Like I know for a fact that no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper.
Facts.
So it's like, let me just go there and just try. You can't kill me, but like it's either you just lie to me and I'll come back home. But let me just go there and just try. But I didn't want a situation where like I'll be waiting
You
for
missed
someone.
that opportunity.
Yeah. So that's just how I got on the bus and I went to Accra. And yeah, I mean, like I made progress. Like we had a conversation and then he said, you know what, I'm gonna help you guys. And he gave me money and said, take this for the transportation that you spent.
Yeah.
And then he said, so how about your colleague? Is he not coming? And I now called my friend and I told him, oh, he gave me this amount of money, like 500 cedis to cover the transportation. At that time, transportation from Ho to Accra was like 20 cedis. And when I told them, they go on the next bus.
Everybody came.
They go on the next bus and they came the next morning, you know. So that movement like changed everything. Like I literally just like became an Accra boy. And shout out to one of like my guys that became like my brother. He was the one that hosted me. Like
What's his name?
He's called Jesse. He was the one that hosted me. He was like, yo, come to our house. Like you can stay with us. Like my mom will not complain. And mom also just like loved my music and all of that. So everything was like pretty much like divine. You know what I mean? Because it was like we all didn't think it would be so smooth, like for me to just come, and because I thought I was going to be sleeping in somebody's like back, like I just didn't know how I was going to be, but I just wanted to go, and they just like housed me, and I became family, and ever since, like if I travel back to Ho and I came back to Accra, like they just
was
like
home.
that was home. Basically, yeah.
You talked about Akon being the inspiration. Obviously, that was your spark to start music.
Yeah.
But the minute you stepped into the music arena, you know, Ghana is not devoid of incredible past and current music icons. Who did you now start to look at, especially with the crop of artists that over the last decade specifically has come out of Ghana? Who did Camidoh now start to look at? What music were you listening to? Who was the inspiration that now started to bring it back home rather than an Akon in the States?
So then, because I was in a group, my partner was also a singer. So then we had to balance it. So somebody had to rap. Then at that very point, I think the first time I came for vacation in Accra, my cousins were like, you know, when there's a new sensation on the block, everyone is trying to learn their music and study their lyrics. So like when I got home vacation, it's like everyone in the hood was like just rapping Sarkodie's raps. It's like Sarkodie was the hottest like artist on the scene at that time, and I was like, I couldn't even speak.
Still the hottest in the scene.
Still though.
Shout out my brother Sarkodie. Let's get that right. Yeah, I'm listening.
You know what I mean? Like so, I couldn't speak Chi, and he was rapping in Chi.
So what's your local
I'm
language?
An Ewe.
Oh, you're Ewe.
Yeah, I'm Ewe, basically.
Yeah, I heard about the Ewe women, man. I heard stories. Yeah, let's go back to it.
Yeah, they got that.
Yeah.
So I couldn't rap in Chi, and so basically I had to like let my cousin teach me all Sarkodie's raps. Like he had to teach me everything from A to Z, and I tried to learn about 3 of his raps so that when I went back to school, at least I'll have something to flex with. Do you understand? And that's just how I became a rapper. That's just how I became a rapper. And to be honest, like I was doing it so close, like they now started calling me like Volta Original answer to Sarkodie. Like
wow.
I was doing Sarkodie's type of raps. To be honest, like if I go back and I pull some of the raps that I used to
do some just a little 14 bar. Just 12 bars.
No, but like that shaped me. Like that now gave me the foundation as a rapper.
Facts.
Then moving on was like, okay, now I was like,
You can now write.
I wanted to be like Finger, because at that time my name was Fingers. That
Fingers?
was my stage name. It was like Fingers.
Where did that come from? That sounded like the boys at school just gave you a name.
Yeah, they gave me a name because like I was so into the music that every time I was like trying to sing, I was always doing this. It's almost like I'm trying to play the instrument that I was playing in the song.
Oh, so they're like fingers.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like that one.
So how did the name change? Obviously, you were rapping then.
Yeah.
And then how did you move from Fingers to Camidoh,
yeah.
the singer?
Yeah, so then it was Fingers, then he moved to Fingers Camidoh. Now the Camidoh also like was like my mom's friend, like they were like best friends. And then they used to say something, Camidoh, like it used to be like their nickname, like that thing that you like
with your friends,
yeah,
like
just say
how you call each other.
And for me, when I heard it, I was like, okay, this sounds cute, and I didn't even know what it meant.
No way.
But I was like, it was just cute to me, and I was going to create my Facebook name. At that time, I was joining Facebook, and I was going to create my Facebook name, and then I was like, I needed two names, like one, like you know, and I didn't want to use my real name, so I was like Fingers. Then I was like,
Camidoh.
So Camidoh. It was cute to me, so me, I started calling it Camidoh. You know what I'm saying? So then that was just how I got the name. Fast forward, like I told my mom, like I love this name. You didn't even know that I got it from you, and I told her,
have you paid mom for the copyright of that name? Let's talk about it, mom. You need to get your bag.
Yeah. She's getting it actually. She's getting it. She's getting it. She's getting it. So basically, we just prayed over it and said, like, we asked God for that name to mean blessings, and then like it became. So we registered it and made it my name. And
you're kidding?
It became part of my name. It's over like all my documents. It's go like Camidoh. Yeah.
Even on your passport?
Yeah, my passport.
My jigger.
Yeah.
So you put that. How you've talked about faith?
Yeah.
About 2 or 3 times already.
Yeah.
How important is your faith to you as a person and to your career?
I feel like, bro, I like everything about me is like a miracle. Do you understand? Because of if I look back at my life, like how it was for me and the kind of people that are around, like let's say you like hanging around people that stayed in the zone goals, people that like didn't look like, you can just look at certain people on the streets and you be like, these people are never like, that
you think
these
that
people,
they're gonna find it tough to get out of that area.
Do you know what I mean? Like probably you become crackheads or like drug addicts and all of that because of the kind of things that was going on around there. Do you know what I mean? These were like kind of guys that I used to hang out with.
Wow.
So I really didn't know. Like if I look back, I don't know how I transitioned from becoming like a very like clean, like visioned, focused type of person. Like I don't know how. So I made a record and I said, like I was trying to say, it's just because of God. Literally, it's just like because of God's divine touch that I'm here today. And people, I know a lot of people can sing, but there's a thing about me. When I sing, like people feel it. Like that thing. It's not just like a joke. It's just God. And the way that like music found me, and the way that I can just do anything. Like, bro, I just think my talent is different. I just think I'm unique. Like, from how my mom it was really a struggle at home. And for my situation, my mom was always trying to like get me to, for some reason she was like, I need to, like, she just saw something in me and she was trying her best for me. I remember time that we had to like go and stay in someone's house till like 3 a.m. just because my mom was trying to get loan for me to go to like the boarding house.
School.
She told me that she would make sure I go to the boarding house.
She wanted you to go
from JHS, SHS, like she had to take so many loans. Do you know what I mean? But for my case, it's like so many favors. My mom would just come and visit me and be like, oh, this auntie sent you this amount of money. This one also sent you this amount of money. This one also. It's like, know. So before we do the thing, we don't even know how it's going to happen. But once we start, favors just start coming in. And that's just how it has been for me, like, throughout my musical career. Favors upon favors upon favors. It's funny because it's like, for example, I'll be like, me and my guys be like, we're trying to like, if you're able to get Shopsy to post your music, you are done. And I'm like, I'm just then somebody
Shop
tagged me,
sees just
is
posting
tagging
your
me.
music.
I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god!
And I never met you
You
before.
get me?
I didn't
Like,
know nothing. I
yeah,
just
yeah.
heard the music.
Yeah,
I felt the music, and I just kept on vibing to the
Exactly.
music.
That's just how my story is. And so I don't play. Like I know I just don't give any credit to myself or anything. I just give it to God. Yeah.
Talk me through the last 3 years of becoming a professional musician, releasing singles that, like you said, have found a way to pick up UK visas, American visas. The songs have traveled around the world whilst you're still back home in Accra,
Yeah.
and you're seeing the reactions to your music in the last 3 years. What has that been like for Camidoh?
I think it was really like it began on a sad note because then I think I was with my partner in a group for like so many years from 2008 to 2018.
God damn it.
2017 December basically.
That's 10 years.
And we broke up. We broke up from the group 2017 December 24th. Like Eve of Christmas, literally. Like after we recorded a group album and we're about to like put it out, we're just discussing about stuff, and then boom, something happened, and then we just broke up there and there.
Everybody
It was
just
sick.
went
It was so sick. Like I
What?
couldn't deal.
How couldn't you guys make it happen?
It was just funny. Like I don't know how, but for me, I was like, you know what? If this is happening, then there's a reason. Like I was taking it in. Like literally, I just love to go through my stuff. Like life, I just go through it. So yeah, I was just like calm. And so basically, the whole of 2018, I was doing covers. I was doing covers, like a little, like, you know, trying to produce myself and all of that. So fast forward around, August 2018, I made the song For My Lover. I made a song called For My Lover, and I had a cold. I actually had a cold in the night, and I was like, I was alone and I couldn't sleep, so let me just make something. Then I made the beats, and then I made the song there and there. And then the next day, I uploaded, like I was in the car with a friend, and I uploaded just a video of the song, and then everyone just started hitting me up. It's like, and then the guy that mixes and masters my song, shout out to 357 Studios, he hit me up and said, yo, bring that particular song and let me mix it proper for you because it has the potential. And I met my guys, like my friends from school, like we linked up and I played the record and it's like, yo, bro, I think they thought that I had it. So they'll just come together and we'll all put resources together and start a label. And that's just how we started a label and we called it Grind On Stop.
Grind On Stop.
Yeah, Grind On Stop. And we started to like just push that song. 2019, boom. Like that's just how everything turned around for me. And it's funny because then it was like I came out with For My Lover, and in I think we dropped it on December 2019 or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Then like not long ago we had Fireboy. Yeah. I'm getting jealous. Yeah. Not long ago we had Joe Boy's Baby. Yeah. And it's like, whoa, like
everybody's like, the young guys are on that wave of love.
Yeah. And then like things just like my music was now going viral, and then people didn't know who I was.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. You know, you had music that people like myself was playing weekly here on radio. Yeah. But I literally walked past you at King Promise event.
Yeah, Scala.
Yeah. I walked past you and I was angry at you that day because I said, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, right.
You have to come and say that this is, especially to someone like me that had been such a huge fan promoting your music.
Yeah, right.
You walk to people. From that moment, everybody, I've told every young artist, I don't care if you're Wizkid or Burna Boy, if Drake still comes on stage to say, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Drake, then you must introduce yourself. At any room you get into, there's one person that doesn't know you that might be important to know you.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, people forget because you're a star, you think everybody knows you. Sometimes when people they're greeting me, they're speaking to me, introducing themselves, and I still go, I'm Adesope, and I'm like, I came to introduce myself to you. Do you understand? But it's a very important thing. What was that like, knowing that your song was popular, but Camidoh was still a masquerade?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like it was crazy. It was frustrating. It was very, very frustrating. Literally, like so. Me and my team, like Hova, we were really worried. We didn't know what to do anymore because it's like, okay, fine. We wanted the music to get out there. The music was out there and gain like some streams. So why what's the next? So why this challenge now? Not a lot of artists face that. Now we're facing it. So what do we do? So I decided to I'm gonna just dye my hair. So I dyed my hair, and then now let's start to promote. So we said, you know what? Let's reach out to a proper manager, because it was just us doing everything. So let's reach out to a proper manager that could proper help me penetrate and make people know Camidoh.
Yeah.
And so we reached out to my manager, who's Mr. George Britton, because he was really like a great media guy, out there at that time. So we reached out to him and he's like, yo, okay, cool. And at that time, I think he had just stopped working. Like he just finished his contract with a certain artist in Ghana. So the artist called Keche. You know Keche? Yeah. They were working before, so I think that their contract ended and whatnot. Yeah. So then we reached out to him and he was like, yo, he was gonna take his time and study us. So he was watching us for almost a year.
Wow.
Almost a year, basically. Yeah.
To think whether, listen, man, is this check gonna come? Are these guys serious? Because what happens is a lot of young guys, they want to be superstars for the girls, the fame, the drugs. But when people come in, a manager is basically a parent.
Yeah, right.
They think about you before they think about themselves.
Right.
Before they eat, sleep, or do anything, they think about the artist first.
Yeah.
It is a service job.
Yeah.
People get it wrong. People think managerial, especially for superstars, man, that manager is making money. That manager, no matter how big the artist is, the job, the amount of work they put towards the artist is times 10 of the money that they take in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So that's probably why he was looking at the time. So keep talking.
I mean, yeah. So after some time, then we reached out to him again and said, Baba Alpha.
We didn't walk now.
Maybe
we no die now.
yeah. And the good thing was also we were running things through him as well. So we'd be like, oh, we got this show at this. So how do you think we should run it? And basically, you just give us some tips and then we'll run it and all of that. So fast forward, we started to work together, and then that's just when the lights started coming on. Me, all over social media. The strategy had changed and everything, and that's just how I started gaining the popularity, matching the face to the name and all of that. And I think it's just for me, I was just enjoying the journey. To be honest, I just went through it and I started enjoying the journey. And also favor was part still, because in my first year penetrating, then I started getting international. Then I think I came to the UK early 2020.
Yeah.
I went to Amsterdam. I started getting all of that. Then I knew that the favor factor was also strong
playing
over there.
there.
But it was a learning curve for me. I learned so much, knowing that everyone's story is unique. You literally will not be the way it was for Kitty.
Facts.
Or Eugene.
Facts.
My journey.
Everybody has a different path.
Yes.
How has Ghana received you? Because the last 3 years, I think some of my favorite artists, I think it's been known anyway, that some of my favorite artists have come from Ghana. Some of the young generations that you mentioned, Kiddy, Kwame, King Promise. These are some of my favorite artists. And I think, Ghana plays a huge role in making Afrobeat superstars. Not only Ghanaian superstars. Afrobeat superstars. 100%. So how has the industry and the Ghanaian fans responded to a new artist basically breaking grounds during the pandemic? Your success basically started to blossom during a difficult time of the pandemic. How has the reception been?
Generally, if you ask at that time, everyone thought I was Nigerian. I seemed a little off from the usual Ghanaian touch. Yeah, I seemed a little off. In fact,
why did you think that
totally off? Bro, the fact is, I listened to different types of music.
So the influences were coming from.
Yeah, I'm out there listening to this artist called he signed to Diamond Platinum before. I think they're no more. Harmonize. I'm listening to Peruzzi. I'm listening to Tuba. I'm just in there. Anyone that's doing anything dope. I get inspired by Stoneboy. I'm this.
You're mixing a
so
different.
I'm taking a little bit of everybody. everybody, Banky W. I'm taking a little bit of everybody.
You're talking my talk right there. I mean,
I was just taking a little bit. Like, if anyone comes to the scene and I love something about them, I say, okay, how best can I inculcate their style into my style? That's what I was doing. So I was literally different. I was not seeming Ghanaian. But I was speaking Ghanaian language as well. So it was like, who is this kid? Is he Nigerian? It's like everyone thought I was Nigerian. To date, some people still ask me, oh, are you Ghanaian or are you really Ghanaian or Nigerian? And, at some point it was frustrating. Then I realized that, what?
It's a blessing.
It's actually because you're unique.
Absolutely. It's a
And
blessing.
in the beginning, the goal I set for myself is to become like a global superstar.
Facts.
So it's like from day one, I was aiming, my aim is to become a global superstar. So everything I did was intentional towards the goal. You see, so that's just how Ghana, but they were enjoying the music.
Yep.
Not to let go of the fact that they were enjoying the music, but it's like, oh, but we think he's he's Nigerian and all of that. But for me, I just saw the blessing in it and I was just riding with it.
Speaking about being a global superstar and incorporating so many sounds and styles into yours, the last 12 months, basically, the last couple of months, you have now the most viral record in Afrobeats and one of the biggest records in the culture at the moment. The remix obviously was a very good strategy.
Yeah.
But before the remix, the original record, did you know that you had something on your hands?
Yeah. I felt it from the day we recorded the song. I mean, from the beginning, I went into a session, I'm the type that would try everything. I'm the type that would, if I was, sleeping safe, I'll still try. That's me, So that's because my first record that gave me the shine was, made when I had a cold. That's how bad it was.
So you weren't comfortable.
Exactly. So it's anything can come out of anything, literally. So I was tired, actually. I think I was not too well. But then Patoranking had come to Ghana, and my friend Obi, who was a PR for him, all the time, he linked up and said, yo, Pato, they around.
I remember when I saw the video of you guys linking up.
Yeah.
So that was the day you made the record?
So that's the day I met Phantom, basically, because it was a writing camp for him, So Phantom, Guilty, Kelpie were all just in a session playing around. And then I linked up Phantom from there. And then the next day I quickly linked him and I went to his apartment. And that was the day we made.
God damn it!
And that was the day we made Sugarcane. And when I made Sugarcane, we were into promoting Dance With You featuring Kwesi Arthur.
Yes.
And I told my manager, I was like, let's hurry up because I want us to put the song out. And they were like, how do you just jump into the middle of something that we're doing? We've not even gotten anywhere with this one. I was like, nah, I want us to put out this record fast. So we now reached out to Moves and we're like, we want to put out this record ASAP, set a date, back. We wanted to put it. I just knew that how I was feeling. That's just how everyone would just love the music. And
now Sugarcane, straight away the record took off.
Yeah.
But before, the fire cool, you went in Avengers mode. You went in Voltron mode. King Promise, at the ready. Mayokun, let's get it. Let's go. You pulled in your colleagues for the remix. What was the thinking about that remix? Who decided who was going to get the call? Who was coming on this record? And how did that happen?
I told the team I wanted to do a remix, a Nigerian remix. I wanted to just do a Nigerian mix. Remember, I said I wanted to be a global superstar.
Yep.
So it's I said, you know what? If I can break this record into Nigeria, then it will be easy. Do you understand? Because Nigeria is more Nigeria. When they love your record, it's they will turn it around and not just make it loud, but also give you the streams.
Facts.
It's the hub. It's the Afrobeat hub. That's
Facts.
where it is. So I said if I could do a Nigerian remix, then it would be good. So I was aiming for that. So we had a discussion, and then I remember some people said, I said I wanted Mayor Kun. I said I wanted Mayor Kun. And then I remember some people said, oh, Omale, Buju, Benson, and all of that. And I said, you know what? I want Mayor Kun. Try him first. Just pitch the record to him. If he likes it, cool. If he doesn't like it, then you can probably check the other guys. Because first thing I look out for is like organic. It has to be organic. I don't
Facts.
want a situation where I'm doing a collaboration with you and I can't even look you in the eye, or you
Facts.
can't meet anywhere
Facts.
and just feel like brothers,
Facts.
you know. So yeah, so and then they tried and then they give us a call back that Mayor is in, he's gonna do it. And I'm like, thank God, I felt it, you know. Then fast forward, King Promise, even before Mayor did the verse, King Promise, like, we went to visit him and then, like, with Fangs, and we're just there and King Promise step out and he just called back and was like, yo, this record, I'm ready to give you a verse if you want to do a remix. He didn't even know I was doing a remix.
Wow.
It's like, I'm ready to give you a verse if you want to do a remix. So that was favor. That was just pure favor. Like, he just came to me. And Daco, same thing. Funny is, like, I was hanging out with my friend David, and Daco was like, they're good friends.
Yeah.
And we hanged out previous day, and Daco didn't know me. She didn't even know, like, I was the artist of the song, of her favorite song at that time.
Wow.
So we met the next day, and she's like, my friend was playing the record. This is my guy's song. I was like, she's not showing me that the record was, like, in her playlist. She put it in her playlist, like, on Spotify.
Way.
You know, and she's like, yeah, she's down to do, like, you know, send me a verse. She wants to jump on a remix if I'm, like, she hears I'm doing a remix and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah. She sent me a verse. And yeah, that's like, bro, everything came to me. Like, everything came to me, bro.
When you do a remix with stars around the world, not only getting the verses is difficult, but to get them in a video.
Yeah, get them in a video.
God damn it.
To even clear the record.
Oh my days. But you
even-
did that. You
Yeah.
got the video, you put that out, and that instantly became a hit. Not only on radios, clubs, Spotify, TikTok.
Yeah.
What's it like when the remix, not only the original became successful,
Yeah.
but the remix also now went to greater heights for you?
Yeah.
What's that feeling like?
I feel so blessed, but to be honest, bro, like, now I'm like, okay, God,
Now
I
what?
want to do it again. I'm like, okay, God, I want to do it again. To be honest, like, I have like 3 records that I want to put out. I'm like, then another thing also says, you know, calm down, because, you know, like, you didn't stress with the first one. So just like, because, like, I want to do it again. That's me. Like, that's me. I want
Let's
to do
go.
it. I want to do it again and again and again. I don't want a situation where the next record should be bigger, or even just like do the things that this one
one's
did.
done.
That's what I'm looking at.
The door's open now. Camidoh really stepped in as an individual artist in 2018, 2019. Hits, singles that opened the door for you, got you airplays around the world. Then you followed with your own brand to follow the records. Now you have a monster hit, a global record. Now enjoying massive success. What is the goal now? Are we now aiming this towards like a massive project? You're in the UK, you're about to go touring the United States or America. What is the major plan now?
For me, it's about like being an artist. Like, it's about being like extra focused and doing international PRs. Like, because then, okay, fine, this is the kid from Ghana. Oh, that's that people from outside. Not like it's gonna be like that, because then some people, oh, is that a guy that did? You know, I've heard the song before. I want to do international PR. Match up my name to that record that they've heard
Facts.
before. You know, I want to do that with my next record. Like, I want to start to, like, you know, proper, because the goal, being a global superstar, it has to start from now. So yeah, it's more about like making sure that I intentionally promote my music internationally and still make like dope records. Like,
Have you gotten any phone call from anybody that you never expected to get?
loads.
Some
Loads,
of the people
loads.
have called you. It's like,
Yeah, loads. It's just that I'm on the spot now, but to be honest, like, we've got loads. Like, okay, fine, like Baba Smade just, like, you know, puts me on, like, just like reaches out from like DM. Says,
Wow.
my boy, my man. You know,
my man's not missing the money.
I'm gonna throw you a party here. You know,
So it's like, let's do it.
yeah, that was love. You know, I get like people reach out, like loads of people. My DM Universal, Sonny,
That's
this
amazing.
and that. And so it's beautiful. Like, you know, it's beautiful knowing that, okay, at least we work hard to get here to be able to, like, because it's more about artists reaching out to these people.
Facts.
Do you understand? So now that like they're reaching out, like, I just see the blessing in everything, and I said, you know, I'll just work extra hard, because I know that if I can work, if what I did can get me here again, all this calls, then it means that if I work extra hard, then
Then
like
you're gonna
probably
get more.
the presidents are gonna just start to call me,
Give
you
you a
know,
buzz.
and send their jets to say, yo, come perform.
Finally, you know, I ask people when they come through
Yeah.
to tell me about where, you know, just promote your place to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You know, Ghana is a place where people love now.
Yeah.
But what do you have to say particularly about your own city from the Volta region?
Yeah.
Talk about that. What is it like, man?
I'll tell you one thing. When you go to Portugal or wherever, how you see the beach, how you love the beach. Like, that's how the beach in Aflawo is.
Wow.
I love going there because the beach is so clean, the water
Wow.
is so blue, like it's so beautiful.
Wow.
Like that is the sports that you need to when you come to Ghana for Afro Nation, when you come to Ghana for any event or whatever.
I'm going to be in Aflawo.
Let's
You
go.
bet.
Let's go Aflawo.
I'm coming.
And I tell you what, like the food, we have something called sakomi. Like it's
What's
bread.
that?
It's bread, and then this whole like mixture of like pears, leaves, and some stuff. When you put it in that bread, and then oh man, bro, it will change your life.
My mouth is watering right now. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
man. I think congratulations on success so far. Your story is very, very inspiring. This is the beginning of an incredible journey. I've seen the grind. I've seen the hustle. You're just about to step into it.
Amen.
Success is supposed to encourage more work and more work. So as long as you're ready to work 10 times what you've done so far to get here, even though you've had one of the most incredible stories, without a doubt, my brother,
Thank you.
we will be dancing and singing along more to a lot of your hit records.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my guest, Camidoh!
I mean, I also want to say, thank you so much for always like supporting people that you don't know. Once you chance on the music, brother, you always support them, regardless of where they're coming from.
Appreciate it, brother.
God bless you,
Thank you,
for all
man.
the support that you gave me, and
Thank you.
my other colleagues. God bless you.
Thank you, brother.
Love,
Thank you, my
love.
brother. Aflawo,
Love.
December,
Aflawo
we
to
go
the
chop
world.
bread.
Yeah.
Right. Right.